Ladies and gentlemen, somewhere deep within you, beneath the doubt, beneath the weariness, beneath the wounds life has tried to leave behind, there is a warrior, a force of unstoppable courage, a wellspring of divine strength. You were not placed on this earth to live in fear, to bow to defeat, or to merely exist. You were born to overcome, to rise, to conquer. Too many walk through life unaware of the power they carry inside. But let me tell you, God didn't create you to be ordinary. He breathed His Spirit into you, and with it came resilience, faith, and a holy fire that no storm can quench. You may feel small in the face of your challenges, but the truth is, the battle has already been tilted in your favor. The warrior inside you is waiting, not for the perfect time, not for the perfect conditions, but for your permission. All it takes is one decision, one spark of belief, one step forward with unwavering faith that you were meant for more. Today is not just another day. It is your awakening. It is the call to rise, to fight with faith, and to unlock the warrior within. Inside every person, regardless of where they come from or what they've faced, there is a warrior waiting to rise. This warrior is not shaped by the world. It is shaped by the divine breath of God that lives within you. Too often, people walk through life feeling defeated, crushed by burdens, and unaware of the power they truly carry. But let me tell you, you were not made to live in fear, weakness, or retreat. You were made in the image of strength, designed to stand tall in the face of adversity, to battle through pain with perseverance, and to come out victorious not by might alone, but by the faith that burns inside your soul. This warrior is not about aggression. It's about courage. It's about facing each day with an unshakable belief that you can and will overcome. It's about refusing to let the voice of doubt or the weight of your past determine the course of your future. God did not create you to be timid. He did not design you to shrink back when life gets hard. No, He infused you with boldness. You are wired for resilience. You are built for battle, not the kind that tears down, but the kind that rises up with hope, love, and unyielding determination. Within you is a reservoir of strength you haven't even begun to explore. And when you dig into it, you will discover that you are far more capable than you ever believed. Every setback you've survived, every hardship you've endured, every tear you've cried has been preparing you. Nothing was wasted, not a single struggle. All of it has been shaping the warrior in you, because a warrior isn't born in comfort. It is born in fire. It is born in trials, in moments of doubt when you decide to keep going anyway. That is where the warrior takes form. That is where you become someone who doesn't run from the storm but walks into it, knowing that your power is not your own. It is the strength of something greater flowing through you. You don't need the world to approve of you. You don't need your past to be perfect. What you need is to believe, truly believe, that the warrior is already inside you. You don't have to create it. You just have to awaken it. And the moment you do, everything changes. You begin to walk with purpose. You begin to speak with power. You begin to act not as a victim of life, but as a victor in it. So rise up, dig deep, and remember, the warrior you've been searching for isn't out there. It's in you. It's always been in you, and it's ready. Faith is the trigger that awakens the sleeping warrior within you. It is not just belief. It is a deep inner conviction that you are more than your circumstances, more than your struggles, more than your past. Faith is that inner fire that whispers, "I can rise," even when everything around you says you can't. It is the divine connection between who you are and who you are meant to be. Without faith, we live timid, cautious lives. But with faith, faith in God, faith in yourself, and faith in your divine purpose, you become a force to be reckoned with. There is a powerful energy that begins to stir the moment you say, "I believe." That simple statement, rooted in conviction, has the power to move mountains in your life. Because when you place your trust in God, you are no longer relying on your own strength alone. You are calling upon the Creator of the universe, who is limitless in power, love, and grace. You may feel weak in the natural, but when faith takes hold, you step into the supernatural. You no longer walk alone. You walk with the strength of heaven behind you. This is why Philippians 4:13 is so vital. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is not just a verse. It is a declaration. It is the heartbeat of the warrior, because true strength doesn't come from muscles or might. It comes from faith, the kind of faith that stands firm in the storm, that looks adversity in the eye and says, "You will not break me." That kind of faith does not bend to fear, it drives it out. You must also have faith in yourself, not in arrogance, but in quiet confidence that you were created on purpose, for a purpose. You were not an accident. There is a reason you are here, and there is power in that truth. When you begin to see yourself the way God sees you, capable, chosen, loved, you begin to live differently. You start making decisions not from fear, but from boldness. You begin to take action, to speak life, to walk with purpose. And then there is faith in your mission, your calling. You have a role to play in this world that no one else can fulfill. You are not just passing through life. You are meant to impact it, to bring light, to fight for what is good and right. And when you connect that mission with your faith, you unlock the kind of passion that cannot be shaken. So let faith rise within you. Let it break the chains of fear and self-doubt. Let it trigger the warrior that has been waiting for your permission to step forward. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are empowered by faith, strengthened by Christ, and called to victory. Let that truth awaken the warrior within you today. Fear is the enemy of the inner warrior. It disguises itself in many forms: doubt, hesitation, anxiety, and insecurity. But its mission is always the same: to hold you back from becoming who you were truly meant to be. Fear whispers lies in your ear, telling you that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough. And if you listen to it long enough, you begin to believe those lies. You begin to play small, live safely, and walk away from your dreams. But let me remind you today, fear is not your master. You have the power, the God-given authority, to overcome fear through the power of positive thought and unwavering faith. Every great warrior learns to win the battle in the mind before stepping into the battlefield of life. If your thoughts are filled with fear, defeat will follow. But if your thoughts are filled with power, faith, and hope, then victory begins to take root inside you. Positive thinking is not wishful thinking. It is spiritual warfare. It is choosing to speak life over yourself when everything around you feels lifeless. It is choosing to see light when darkness tries to close in. It is saying, "I will rise." When fear screams, stay down. One of the most powerful tools you can use to break fear's grip is affirmation. Faith-filled declarations that reinforce your identity and destiny. Start your day by speaking words that lift your spirit. Say out loud, I am strong, I am courageous, I am more than a conqueror, I walk in divine power, I am guided by purpose, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. These words are not empty, they are seeds, and when you speak them consistently, they begin to grow. They change how you feel, how you act, and how you face challenges. They retrain your mind to think like a warrior, but don't stop with words. Use the gift of your imagination. Begin to see yourself as victorious. Picture yourself standing strong in the face of fear. Visualize yourself achieving what once seemed impossible. See yourself walking into rooms with confidence, finishing what you started, and inspiring others by your courage. These mental images fuel your spirit. They awaken something powerful inside you. What the mind believes, the heart follows, and what the heart follows, the body lives out. Yes, fear may knock on your door, but you don't have to let it in. You can respond with faith. You can fight it with truth. You can choose thoughts that empower you, not paralyze you. The warrior within you is not afraid of fear. It confronts it, speaks to it, and moves forward in spite of it. And every time you do that, you grow stronger. You become more resilient. You begin to walk not as someone held back, but as someone breaking through. So today, choose to fill your mind with truth, your mouth with affirmations, and your vision with victory. Let fear hear your roar, and let your warrior rise. Discipline is the unseen strength that builds the warrior within. It is not loud. It doesn't seek attention. It works silently, steadily, and faithfully. While others look for shortcuts or overnight success, the warrior knows that greatness is forged in daily discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're called to be. Without it, even the strongest potential remains dormant. But with it, that potential becomes power. It transforms weakness into strength, chaos into order, and dreams into reality. The warrior does not live by impulse. Feelings may come and go, but discipline holds steady. Feelings say, not today, but discipline says, now is the time. Every great victory in life begins with small, daily choices, consistent prayer, focused effort, and intentional thought. These are not grand or flashy acts, but they are the foundation of every lasting success. A warrior doesn't wait for motivation. They train in discipline, knowing that habits will carry them farther than emotion ever could. One of the most powerful disciplines is the habit of daily prayer. This is where the warrior gains clarity, courage, and divine connection. In prayer, you realign your mind and spirit with your Creator. You step out of your own limitations and into God's strength. Prayer centers you. It grounds you. It gives you a spiritual compass so that even in the storm you can move forward with peace. The disciplined warrior begins each day in quiet strength, listening, seeking, and surrendering to a higher power. Discipline also means living with purpose. A warrior does not wander. A warrior wakes each day with intention. They know their why. They know that their actions, no matter how small, are building toward something meaningful. Whether it's showing up to work with integrity, investing time in personal growth, or pushing through challenges without complaint, every purposeful step adds weight to their inner might. The world may not notice right away, but the warrior does not need applause. They are driven from within. Mental renewal is another daily discipline. The mind is a battlefield, and it must be guarded. A warrior trains their thoughts just as they would their body. They feed their mind with truth, inspiration, and vision. They reject negativity and speak life over their path. They read, reflect, and remind themselves of who they are and what they stand for. Discipline of thought is what keeps a warrior standing when the world tries to knock them down. It's not easy, but that's the point. Discipline is what separates the dreamer from the doer. It's what transforms hope into action, desire into destiny. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you become stronger. Every time you stay the course when others quit, you rise. Every act of discipline is a declaration. I am not controlled by fear, laziness, or distraction. I am led by purpose, strength, and divine calling. The inner warrior is not found in the spotlight. It's built in the quiet places, one disciplined day at a time. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools available to the human spirit. What you see in your mind consistently, you begin to move toward in your life. Every great achievement starts first as a vision, an image formed deep within your imagination. The inner warrior understands this truth. Victory must be seen before it is lived. The battle is often won long before the first step is taken, because the one who has already pictured success walks with a different strength. They are not guessing, they are affirming, they are not doubting, they are declaring. Each day, before the world tries to define who you are or tell you what you cannot do, you must take time to visualize your victory. Close your eyes and see yourself standing tall. See yourself breaking through obstacles. See yourself calm in the storm, strong under pressure, and radiant with confidence. Imagine the life you want to build, the goals you want to achieve, the person you want to become, the legacy you want to leave behind. See it with such clarity that it begins to feel real, because when it feels real inside, it begins to manifest outside. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is actually happening. That's why visualization is so powerful. It programs your mind for success. When you repeatedly see yourself winning, thriving, overcoming, your brain begins to search for ways to make that image your reality. You become more focused, more determined, more aligned. You begin to think, speak, and act like a winner because you've already seen the outcome in your spirit. This is not fantasy. This is faith in action. It's what athletes do before they compete. It's what leaders do before they speak. It's what the faithful do before they step into the unknown. They visualize strength. They imagine favor. They picture themselves victorious, because victory begins in the mind. That is why you must guard your mental images. Don't allow your mind to be filled with defeat, failure, or fear. Instead, fill it with scenes of triumph, breakthroughs, and divine possibilities. You may not feel strong right now. You may be going through a storm, but when you visualize yourself on the other side, stronger, wiser, more courageous, you give yourself the motivation to keep moving forward. Your vision becomes your fuel. Every day, see the version of yourself that God created you to be, bold, fearless, disciplined, kind, and powerful. The more clearly you see that version of you, the more naturally you'll grow into it. Do this daily. Make it a sacred practice. Before the day begins, take just a few minutes to see yourself living with purpose, walking in strength, overcoming doubt, and inspiring others. Let that image live in you, guide you, and strengthen you. Because when you can see victory in your heart, you'll walk with the boldness of someone who already owns it. And that is how warriors are made. Adversity is the fire that forges the warrior. It is in the struggle, not the comfort, where true strength is revealed. Anyone can appear strong when the road is smooth and the skies are clear. But it is when storms rage, when the path grows steep and uncertain, that the real character of a person comes forth. This is where the warrior within either shrinks back or rises up. And you, yes, you were born to rise. You were not made to crumble under pressure, but to stand tall, to endure, and to grow stronger through the very things that tried to break you. Life will challenge you. That is not a threat. It is a promise, but it's not something to fear. Every challenge, every difficulty, every painful season is a spiritual training ground. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to develop grit, faith, and resilience. The warrior knows that the struggle is not the end. It is the shaping ground for the beginning of something greater. It's in these moments of trial that you discover how much strength truly lies inside you. When adversity comes, it doesn't mean something has gone wrong. Often, it means you're on the right path. The enemy doesn't waste his time with people who aren't a threat. If you're facing hardship, it's because you carry potential. You have something inside you that the world needs, and that is why you are being tested. But listen carefully. You are not alone in the test. God is with you. He does not abandon his warriors in the wilderness. He walks beside them, strengthens them, and empowers them to overcome. So when the pressure rises, don't fold. Stand tall. When fear whispers that you can't go on, raise your head and take one more step. When the voices of doubt try to drown out your purpose, speak truth louder. Declare that you are not weak, that you are not defeated, that you are built for this battle. The warrior is not immune to pain, but they do not surrender to it. They feel it, face it, and rise anyway. Adversity is your teacher. It teaches you patience, persistence, and perspective. It humbles you, molds you, and sharpens you like a sword in the fire. Don't despise the struggle. Embrace it. Let it develop your character. Let it deepen your faith. Let it awaken the hidden parts of you that only pressure could reveal. Just as the finest steel is forged in the hottest flames, your greatness is being formed in the heat of adversity. So stand tall, even when your knees shake, even when your heart aches, even when the outcome is uncertain. Because when you choose to stand instead of surrender, you activate the warrior within. And every time you rise in adversity, you become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. Words are not just sounds that pass from your mouth. They are seeds planted deep in the soil of your spirit. What you speak consistently, you begin to believe, and what you believe, you begin to live. The language you use, especially the words you say to yourself, holds incredible power. A warrior understands this truth. The warrior does not speak defeat. The warrior does not declare fear. The warrior speaks strength, speaks hope, speaks belief. Even in moments of doubt, the warrior's words are chosen with purpose, because the inner voice becomes the outer reality. When you speak like a warrior, you don't wait until you feel strong. You declare strength into your life. You don't wait until the circumstances look perfect. You speak what you desire by faith. You say, I am strong, even when your body is tired. You say, I am capable, even when you face something you've never done before. You say, I am divinely empowered, not because of your own ability, but because you believe in the one who strengthens you. Affirmations are more than motivational lines. They are spiritual declarations. Every time you speak power over yourself, you reinforce the identity of a warrior. When you wake up in the morning, instead of saying, I don't know if I can do this, you say, I am ready, I am prepared, I am walking in power today. When fear tries to creep in, you speak directly to it. I am not afraid, I am bold. I have not been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. These words aren't empty, they are fuel. They lift your spirit. They shift your perspective. They prepare you to walk into any situation with courage. You must also be mindful of the words you speak about your future. Speak life into what you want to see. Instead of saying, nothing good ever happens to me, say, I am blessed. Good things are on the way. Doors are opening. Instead of declaring, I'm always struggling, begin saying, I'm growing through every challenge. I'm being strengthened every day. You see, your words are shaping your mindset, and your mindset is shaping your reality. Guard your tongue like a soldier guards a gate. Do not allow bitterness, negativity, or defeat to pass through. Even when you're hurting, speak healing. Even when you're tired, speak renewal. Even when you're uncertain, speak faith. Because the more you speak the language of victory, the more naturally you will begin to live in that victory. And it's not just about speaking to yourself. It's also about what you speak over others. Warriors lift others up. They speak hope into broken hearts. They speak peace into chaos. They speak courage into fear. Your words have the power to change not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. So speak as a warrior. Choose your words with strength, with vision, with faith. Because when your words align with your purpose, your life will begin to reflect the power within you. The true warrior does not rise for the sake of pride or ego. The battles worth fighting are never about proving how powerful you are. They are about serving something far greater than yourself. When you awaken the warrior within, you must also awaken your purpose. Because strength without purpose is dangerous. Power without direction is wasted. But when you align your inner fire with a divine mission, you become unstoppable, not just for your own success, but for the impact you are called to make in the world. There is a sacred shift that happens when you realize you are not here simply to survive or succeed for your own gain. You are here to serve, to uplift, to heal, to build, to bless. The warrior understands that their strength is not theirs to keep. It is a tool entrusted by God for the good of others. You were not given courage to impress people. You were given courage to lead, to protect, to encourage, and to stand for what is right, even when it's not easy. That's the higher mission. That's the divine calling. When you serve a greater mission, you stop asking, what can I get? And you begin asking, what can I give? You look beyond your own comfort and begin to see the needs around you. And suddenly your struggles make more sense because they have prepared you to help someone else rise. The warrior doesn't just fight personal battles. They fight for the voiceless, for the forgotten, for the future. They know they are part of something eternal, something sacred. You must ask yourself, what is the mission that sets your heart on fire? What burden breaks your heart in a way that calls you to action? That's your signal. That's your divine assignment. Whether it's raising a strong family, leading with integrity, helping others heal, building a business that serves others, or spreading a message of hope, you have a role to play. And it's bigger than your fear, bigger than your failures, bigger than your doubt. The warrior inside you comes alive when you embrace that purpose fully. Your strength begins to multiply when it's driven by love. Love for others, love for what is good and right, love for the divine purpose that placed you here in this exact moment in time. That love will sustain you when the journey gets hard. That love will anchor you when everything else feels uncertain. You are not just another person trying to make it. You are a chosen soul carrying light into a dark world, so rise each day with this in mind. Your life matters, your battles have meaning, your victories are not just for you. They are meant to inspire and empower others. The warrior fights with passion, yes, but more importantly with purpose. And when your strength is aligned with service, when your mission is rooted in love, and your path guided by God, then nothing can stand against you. Courage is not about living without fear. It's not the absence of trembling hands or pounding hearts. Courage is choosing to move forward even when fear is present. It's standing up when everything in you says to sit down. It's speaking truth when silence would be easier. It's walking into the unknown with nothing but faith in your heart. The warrior within you doesn't wait until all fear is gone. The warrior moves forward in spite of it. Because courage is not a feeling, it's a decision, it's a mindset. It's a commitment to live the life you were meant to live, no matter the obstacles. Far too many people surrender their calling because they think fear is a stop sign. But in reality, fear is often a signal that you're stepping into something bigger than yourself. That's where the miracle happens. When you stop letting fear dictate your actions and start trusting in the divine power within you, you begin to live from a place of purpose rather than paralysis. You stop holding back, you stop playing small, you stop retreating from the very life God created you to experience. You were meant for more than just surviving. You were meant to live boldly, fully, purposefully. There is a life that has your name written on it, a destiny filled with impact, fulfillment, and divine direction. But that life doesn't come by shrinking back. It comes by stepping up. And yes, you'll be afraid at times. Yes, you'll have doubts. Yes, there will be resistance. But courage says, even though I feel this fear, I will not let it lead me. I will lead it. You are not walking this road alone. The power of God is with you. That means you don't have to rely solely on your own strength. When you are weak, He is strong. When you are uncertain, He is sure. When you are afraid, He surrounds you with peace. You can face anything, not because you are fearless, but because you are faithful. You trust that God would not place a dream in your heart without giving you the strength to fulfill it. So never back down from the life you are meant to live. Don't let fear convince you that you're not ready. Don't let past mistakes tell you that you're not worthy. Don't let other people's opinions define your path. If God has called you to it, He will walk with you through it. Your job is to move forward in faith, one bold step at a time. Remember, every great life was built by someone who chose courage over comfort. Every warrior has scars, but they also have victories, and you are no different. The courage you need is already inside you. The power you seek is already walking beside you. So stand tall, breathe deep, and move forward. This is your time. This is your calling, and you were born to live it with courage. There is no perfect moment. No flawless day on the calendar where everything aligns and all your doubts disappear. That moment, the one we often wait for, doesn't exist. What does exist is now, this moment, this breath, this opportunity to decide, to act, to rise. The greatest deception is thinking you need to wait until you feel ready. But readiness doesn't come before action. It comes through action. The warrior within you is not activated by comfort or convenience. It is activated by a single decision to start now, right where you are with what you have. Too many people delay their breakthrough because they're waiting for a sign, for permission, or for fear to go away. But life doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards boldness. You cannot climb a mountain by looking at it. You cannot win a battle by standing still. You cannot change your life by dreaming alone. The only way to unlock your potential is to begin. Not someday, not when it feels easy, but now. This is your time. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now is holy ground. Now is where the shift happens. The first step doesn't need to be perfect. It only needs to be real. Maybe it's making the call. Maybe it's getting out of bed with purpose. Maybe it's choosing discipline over distraction. Maybe it's letting go of something that no longer serves your mission. Whatever your first step is, take it with intention. That one step forward ignites momentum, and momentum is the warrior's ally. Once you take that first step, the next becomes easier, the path becomes clearer, the strength begins to rise. Your confidence grows, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you dared to begin when it wasn't. You must stop waiting for fear to leave before you move. The truth is, fear will try to follow you. But when you walk anyway, when you speak anyway, when you act anyway, you show fear that it has no power over you. Courage is not about erasing fear, it's about choosing your purpose over your comfort. And every time you do that, the warrior within you gets louder, stronger, more alive. Today is not ordinary. It is the doorway to your destiny. If you treat this moment like it matters, it will open doors you never imagined. Your decision to act today, no matter how small, is a signal to your spirit that you are ready. Not perfectly ready, but willing. And willingness is all God needs to work wonders through your life. So rise. Move, speak, build, begin. Don't wait for applause. Don't wait for certainty. Don't wait for someone else to lead you. The warrior inside you is not waiting on anything except your permission. And once you say yes, once you take that one bold step forward, you'll discover that you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you ever thought possible. This is the moment. Start now. Stand tall. Believe mightily. Act boldly. Because with God by your side and faith in your heart, there is no limit to the greatness you can achieve.